Well, my husband left me. He headed back to work after having 5 weeks off for paternity leave after having baby number 6. He definitely spoiled me because he did pretty much all of my chores during this time. So today I'm back at it. I realized how fortunate I am that he was able to get any paternity leave at all. So I'm very grateful for the 5 weeks that we had. It definitely did not seem like 5 weeks. I'm like, where did the time go? Somebody heard me talking. You heard my voice and wake you up? Having 5 weeks off was like such a blessing because I know what it's like to not have your husband have time off after having a baby. Our first 2 babies, he had 0 time off. Like, went back to work within 2 days, and that's only because I had him on a weekend. This baby and our last baby are the only ones that he got a paternity leave of this length. But I'll have to say, we really enjoyed like every single bit of it. And the kids haven't woke up yet, so I was sad to see him go this morning. And I'm sure they're gonna be super sad once they realize that he's not here. But thankfully his job, I mean, he comes back home tonight, but still, you know, like 14 hours is a long time. Are you ready for our first official solo milking? You ready to help mama? Car key right there. Are you ready for me to milk you? So if I did the math right, it's been about 36 days since I have stopped milking since I had my baby. So 36 days that my husband's been milking. So 36 times 2, because we milk twice a day. He's milked 72 times. I milked maybe 5 of those times, maybe. By milking, I mean hooking the call up because I wasn't lifting anything and washing the milker or really doing anything. So I get asked all the time, what does my husband do for work? And he works in manufacturing. He builds planes, and it has been a huge blessing for our family. And if you've been following along for just a little bit, then you know that he went from a traditional 4 days, 10 hour, 4 working days, 10 out. He went from 4 10s, and now he is working the weekend shift, so he does 3 12s. So he works for 3 days, 12 hours a day, but he has an hour commute. That's the one downfall. So when I say 14 hours, he is gone from the house for 14 hours because of his hour commute there, 12-hour work shift, hour commute back. Those 3 days seem pretty long, but it's nice to have him home for 4 days. And us just being a homeschooling family, it's nice to have him home during the week so he can enjoy the fun stuff that we try to do throughout the week. Lloyd. Hey, baby. Go pee-pee right there. It's my 1-year-old waking up. Becoming a family of 8 has been amazing, and we've adjusted well so far, but now we've got to actually stick to a plan. So we've kind of found our groove in just having another baby. Now we've got to find our groove, like actually getting back into life, like practices and co-op's gonna be starting soon. We are back in school. Are you hungry? Are you serious? Already started our homeschool back, so that's been an adjustment, and I think we're doing pretty good with it so far. Good girl. It's been nice because we really haven't had too many obligations that we've had since having our baby, and then while my husband's been home. But now that he's quite literally back to work today, tomorrow, everything just starts back up, ironically. So tomorrow, we've got to be up and out the door, cows milked, everybody ready, because a couple of my kids have football tryouts tomorrow. If you've been following me for even just a little bit, then you know that I like a challenge when it comes to motherhood. So I think I'm ready for it. That's it, Clover. You ready? This is the first time I've lifted the milker since having this baby. Let's go. So all that being said, my postpartum was so great, which I mean, let's be real. I'm still postpartum, but you know what I mean. Let's see if I still got the milk pour. I think all of us who live in the United States know that there's no such thing as a break after having a baby for the most part because our society doesn't allow it. So while I say my husband got 5 weeks off and I'm so grateful for it, there should be a lot longer break than that. And then as for the mamas who just had a baby, way longer break. I'm grateful that I do not have to clock back into a 9-to-5 job, but there's a lot of women that still have to go back to work. And for them to only get like a couple of weeks off with their brand new baby, that's when you know there's just something wrong with our system that we have here in the United States. Like, whoever made those laws, rules, whatever, I just don't feel like they understand the full need for both mom and dad to be having time off after having a baby. It's not just like for the special moments to enjoy the fact that you just brought life into this world. But also, if you have other kids, that's a huge adjustment for them. It's just a huge adjustment for your family and a whole. And to have the man, the leader of the family, having to head back to work, that's just not healthy. But then we are hearing what's on the news right now is about the mom's mental health. And I just don't think that gets talked about enough. And I think that's something that we can all agree on. And of course, there's so many things that play a role into that. I don't know, at this point I'm just rambling, but all in all, everybody needs time off, a lengthy time off after having a baby. And while I would have loved so much more time with having my husband home, this is just the reality of it. So we're back at it, but I'm feeling good. So I think everything's gonna go well. All right, first milking down, and now it's time to feed these kids and start our homeschool.